Have you ever wondered why a single comment can stay in your mind for days, while other people seem to forget it within minutes? You replay it, analyze it, wonder what it really meant. Meanwhile, the person who said it has already moved on to something else entirely. Most people would call this overreacting, but what if it isn't a flaw at all? What if your mind is simply built to process the world at a different depth, one most people never see? Here's the first truth almost nobody talks about. You notice things before anyone explains them. A pause that's a little too long. A smile that doesn't quite reach the eyes. While others hear the words someone says, you hear the silence underneath them. This isn't overthinking, it's a kind of perception running quietly in the background, picking up signals most people never consciously register. What looks like reading too much into things is often just reading correctly. And that's a strange thing to carry when no one else seems to notice what you noticed. Then there's the way other people's emotions seem to move into you. You walk into a room and feel the tension before anyone says a word. A friend is having a hard day and somehow your chest tightens too without you knowing why. Most people experience emotions as something that happens to them. You experience them as something that happens around you and your mind absorbs it like a sponge. It's not weakness. It's a nervous system tuned a little louder than most, picking up frequencies others don't even know are there. This is also why ordinary noise can feel like too much. A crowded room, bright lights, several conversations happening at once. Where someone else feels mild background buzz, you feel an avalanche. People assume you're being dramatic. What's actually happening is that your brain isn't filtering out the small stuff the way other brains do. You're not overwhelmed by life. You're simply experiencing more of it all at once with no volume control. And then there's the replaying, the conversation from 3 days ago that still loops in your mind, the thing you said that probably didn't matter to anyone but you. Most people misunderstand this as anxiety, but it's often something else. A mind trying to fully understand an emotional moment instead of just letting it pass by unexamined. You don't relive moments to torture yourself. You relive them because part of you is always searching for meaning, even in the small things. This is also why conflict feels unbearable in a way others don't quite understand. A raised voice, a tense silence, a disagreement that everyone else seems to shake off in minutes. For you, it can sit in your body for hours, not because you're fragile, but because you feel the emotional temperature of a room as strongly as the words spoken in it. Conflict isn't just an event to you, it's an atmosphere, and atmospheres don't disappear the moment the conversation ends. Which brings us to something quieter. The difficulty saying no. Setting a boundary can feel almost violent, because you can already imagine in vivid detail exactly how the other person might feel hurt by it. Most people see boundaries as simple decisions. You see them as emotional collisions you're trying to prevent before they even happen. It isn't weakness, it's empathy working over time, sometimes at your own expense. But here's where everything shifts. The same depth that makes pain feel enormous also makes joy feel enormous. A song can move you to tears. A sunset can feel like it's speaking directly to you. Love doesn't just feel nice. It feels like the center of the universe for a while. Most people brush past beauty. You stop and let it fully arrive. The same wiring that makes the hard days harder is the exact wiring that makes the good days unforgettable. Most people never see this part, that sensitivity was never about weakness. It was always about depth. You don't choose to feel more. Your mind simply refuses to skim the surface of life the way so many people learn to, so the world may call you sensitive. But perhaps you were never feeling too much. Perhaps you were simply noticing what everyone else learned to ignore.